Hello, friends. Lot of you have been asking me about the four cases which are of public interest, which are going on, and a lot of media is covering them. I have also covered them in my YouTube. One, Tarun Tejpal. Second, Sharjeel Usmani. Third, Navneet Kalra. And fourth, what is happening with the TMC leaders case in West Bengal. So, in very brief, I will give you an update of all four, the latest update. If you are joining for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and at 10 p.m. do join me. We will be telling true history by an eminent historian who would be joining me, Abhijit Chavda, and we will discuss because I am tired of this history that Bharat always lost. We will talk about the glorious kings of Bharat which conquered. So please do join at 10 p.m. sharp. So first, Sharjeel Usmani. I had covered it, the despicable tweets of his on Jai Shri Ram, on Hindus. I'm not repeating, even that time I didn't use the full language. You can see it all over the place. It is the most despicable manner anybody can talk about Hindus or Jai Shri Ram. And the update is two FIRs. FIRs have been registered now. One is under 505 IPC in Delhi, registered by Delhi Police against Sharjeel Usmani, and the second is in Maharashtra over his so-called objectionable tweet. I think they are pathetic tweets, and they have been registered under 295A, Act outraging religious feelings, and other provisions of the Information Technology Act. So this, in brief, has been done in two cases, Delhi as well as Maharashtra, on this gentleman. Now let us come to, I'm going the short cases first and then the longer ones. About the TMC, should I do? Okay, I'll do Tarun Tejpal first. Tarun Tejpal was booked in a case where a young female colleague of his had accused him of sexually assaulting her inside an elevator in Goa in a five-star. This was November 2013. The things developed very fast. Tejpal that time was editor-in-chief of Tehelka. He stepped down. 2013, FIR was filed. 30th November 2013, he was arrested. His anticipatory bail was rejected. Then a charge sheet was filed. The important part in this, the important part is that he had written a formal apology email in which he had said, and I repeat, I apologize unconditionally for the shameful lapse of judgment that led me to attempt a sexual liaison with you on two occasions, on 7 November and 8 November 2013, despite your clear reluctance that you did not want such attention from me. Two occasions. Two occasions. He's not saying one occasion. The email led, heading of the email was atonement. They try to speak fancy English and create everything, but the content is very important, right? He also added, the last days have been most tense. I squarely take the blame for this bad lapse of judgment, awful reading of situation have led to this unfortunate situation. So this was the case. He was later given bail, and there was case went on for 7 years. After 7 years of the case, which was registered under IPC 354, 354A, 341, 342, 376 rape, as well as 376 subclause 2F, person in position of trust or authority over a woman, as well as 376 2K, person having dominant position. I do not know how much this would have been made out, but some of the sections were there. Well, the court has given its judgment. The court has acquitted him. And after that, the development that has happened is that the government of Goa is going to challenge it immediately in the High Court. They are not satisfied, or the law department is not satisfied with the decision, and it will be an immediate appeal. And let's see what the High Court does. What the reasons of acquittal? As I said, this is a brief update. I have not seen the judgment. It's not probably out yet. Nobody has seen it. Let me see it and I'll do a proper conversation on the reasons. Third, TMC leaders. As you know, house arrest was ordered, and let me just give you a brief update on that. A special bench would be set up consisting of 5 judges. That is a huge bench. It's called a constitutional bench, which would be set up. And the reason for it being setting up is, as I told you, the two judges on the division bench had differed with each other as to what is to be done. So when two judges differ, then you need to, it either goes to a 3-judge bench or in even a larger bench. And because this has a lot of constitutional questions involved, it's gone to a 5-judge bench. And why did I say constitutional questions? Because if you remember, I kept on telling you merits of bail is one thing. What happened, whether it is a democratic right to protest, what the chief minister did by going to CBI offices, or the law minister was in court complex, or the crowd outside. What is that protest? Democracy or intimidation? That obviously requires some constitutional interpretations, probably, I think, which would be important, and that is why they have set up this bench. And obviously, when such a big bench is set up, they could obviously go into the questions of bail on merits and etc. But anyways, it's a 5-judge bench now. That is the update. That will sit on 24th May at 11 a.m. I will come and tell you all 3 things are possible. Since you are probably not so bothered about the constitutional parameters, some of you are. They could be sent to jail. They could be kept in house custody for some time, or they could be given bail. So all 3 options are open. It is basically everything is open as of now. And the last case I want to give you update on is Navneet Kalra. It has had a sudden twist. The enforcement, the Khan Chacha oxygen concentration case, as you all know, ED has raided the businessman, his father-in-law, as well as Gaurav Duggal. They carried out search in 13 locations in Delhi and Gurgaon. 13 locations. Residential, official, farmhouse, shops, restaurants in Khan Market. Right? So it has, ED gets involved when it is money laundering offenses also. And ED had registered him, booked him under Anti-Money Laundering Act based on the Delhi Police FIR. So it is a new development. And today in court, the hearing will go on. And a brief hearing in the morning. Some complainants have come and they also want to get involved. And they are saying even more strict sections of law should be put on him. I do not know what the court will decide. As well as the prosecution is now again seeking police custody. The court had sent to judicial custody and bail application was being heard, but the prosecution is saying here on police custody, we have new grounds to seek his police custody. So let's see what happens on that. These are the 4 brief updates which I wanted to give so that you understand all the important legal things that are happening in the shortest time possible. And now, as I told you, 10 p.m. would be a very interesting discussion. Subscribe and join and keep your notifications on. Take care.